Hey guys, it's Abby. Welcome to my favorite beauty products video. So I'm just going to be showing you my top favorites of the makeup products that I use on a daily basis, and hopefully it'll show you some good makeup brands that you can choose from. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get right into it. So the first thing I do in the morning is I wash my face and I use the Cetaphil cleanser, and after I use that, I use this. This is the Gold Bond Ultimate Healing Hand Cream. I use this all over my face, not only my hands, because it's very gentle and it doesn't feel greasy on your face. It's nice and soft and it works very well. So I use this on my face as well. I put it on right after I wash my face, and then whenever I put my makeup on, it just goes right on top of it, and it also kind of acts like a primer. You can just use this, which can be found at pretty much any drugstore. Like I've seen it at Target, Walmart, Meijer too. So just wherever, look in the lotion aisle and it's probably there. I recommend this for people like with all skin types, and I just think it's a very good substitute for a primer because it moisturizes, but it also doesn't make your face too oily. So after that, I go in with my NYX Color Correcting Concealer, and this is also a drugstore product. NYX, it tends to be very cheap, but it's also good quality. And so mainly I use the green because these help to fix color imperfections in your skin. So what the green does is it cancels out any redness you have, because red and green are like the complementary colors on the color scale. But underneath my eyes, since they tend to get dark circles underneath them, I use the yellow because that is the complementary color of purple. So the dark circles, they get canceled out by the yellow, and I don't really like the yellowy look of under eyes. So I put the pink on top of that, and it just brightens up the whole under eye. And then I go in with my concealer. So there's also like liquid color correctors that just come in little tubes, and I think I'm going to try those out and see how well I like them. But for now, I am using this. I don't use it a lot, but I do use it when necessary, and it is definitely very inexpensive, which is good. The next thing I go in with is this NYX HD concealer. Now this is my favorite concealer that I've come across. It is very inexpensive, but it also covers up very well. I have it in CW2. I tend to have very pale skin, but I also self-tan, so I do get things in darker shades so it will match like my neck when I fake tan. So this is still in a lighter shade than what my normal skin tone is. So I just recommend getting like a lighter concealer because it can also help brighten up the face, especially when you put it under your under eye area. It just brightens it up even more and draws attention away from any dark circles. So this also you can find at any drugstores, and I know that they have these at Ulta. They have NYX products at Ulta, and I definitely recommend going there because I have a rewards card, so the more money you spend, then you get like points back, and they give you cute little gifts. Okay, so after I finish with the color correcting and the concealing, then I go in with a beauty blender that I always dampen because I feel like it tends to put it on better, and if your foundation tends to look cakey, it will look a lot less cakey if you use a damp beauty blender, and it just applies very nice and smoothly. But I do recommend looking for like foundations that don't cake up on your face, and here is a very good one. It's kind of expensive. It is by Tarte. It was $39, and this is just the Rainforest of the Sea collection, and it's actually 20% water, which I really like because it is also very hydrating. So I have this color in Fair Light Neutral, which actually that is the second lightest shade, but it is still pretty dark. It matches my self-tan, like when I self-tan, just looks really good. So if you're looking for more of a high-end product, I definitely recommend this one. The only problem I have with it is that it does shift very easily even after I set it, but like overall it's a very good foundation. I just wouldn't recommend it like on hot summer days because I do notice that it starts disappearing a little bit around my nose, especially when I wear sunglasses. There's a big imprint, which I have found with other foundations, but not quite as much. And like if any water gets on your face, if you dab it, you have to be very careful because like the slightest movement, it'll just like disappear off your face. And that is the one thing I don't like about it, but everything else, it's very great coverage, goes on very nicely, feels nice on your skin. I just don't like how it can come off very easily. but that isn't a big problem for me. So after I finish with my foundation, I go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And this is my favorite setting spray that I have tried so far. And I have had absolutely no problems with it. The only thing is I tend to have oily skin, so it does not help with mattifying, and I did try the oil control spray, but I found that it didn't set my makeup as well as the all-nighter, because this one's made for like all night, but I didn't see any difference with the oiliness. In fact, I think it might have been more. I don't really know why that is, but that's just how it was for me. It may work out for you though, but I definitely recommend trying the all-nighter spray. They have it in travel sizes. If you don't want to buy the full big bottle, you can get a travel size to test it out and see how you like it. So after that, I go in with the e.l.f. Photo Finishing HD powder. It is a translucent powder, and it just looks like this. There's like the little grates in it, and the powder comes up when you shake it. And you just dip your brush in there, and I just dab it onto my face in areas like around my like eyes and my nose area, my chin, my upper lip, just to give a little extra like setting right there. And I find this one is actually kind of messy just because it's a loose powder, but there's also one that is in a compact that I've used, but I ran out of that and decided to try the translucent powder, the loose powder too. Both of them work just fine for me. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. It's like getting dark outside, and I do not have any studio lights, so it's just getting darker and darker by the minute. But anyway, so after I do that, I use the Neutrogena Healthy Blush. This says it's enriched with vitamin C. I just have this in the shade Rosy, and I just like it because it kind of has like a peachy tinge to it, which I think looks really good on my skin tone. And I don't know if you can see that, but that is what it looks like. It just has a peachy tinge to it. I like it because it does blend very well. With that, I use this brush by e.l.f. It is just the blush brush. So then after that, I go in with this brush. It is the Eco Tools brush. It is the blending and bronzing brush, and I really like this brush. Yeah, so it's a very soft brush. It works very well. I use this when I put on the translucent powder, and I also use this to blend out the blush. I'm going to be looking into getting a different one, but I do like this one. It is the Ulta brand and is the illuminating powder. I like it because it's sort of like a champagne-y color. I want to try out Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop, but I do like this one because I do think it has like sort of a champagne-y color, and I am wearing it right now if you can see. But it gives a very nice highlight. I apply it, a lot of it, to my cheekbone right above the blush. I apply it to like my upper lip a little bit to make the Cupid's bow stand out, and I apply a little bit just on the bottom of my chin, like on the tip of my nose, and a little bit down the middle. So it's very like creamy and pigmented, and like I really love this. It goes on very smoothly, and like I said, it has sort of like a champagne-y color to it. So this is one of the best mascaras that I've found from the drugstore. It's a L'Oreal telescopic mascara, and it looks like a little telescope. And I like this brush because it does get in between your lashes very well, and it coats them, and they make my lashes really long. They don't look spidery, they just look really long. And then this is the Too Faced Waterproof Better Than Sex mascara, and it is $23, I believe. I might be wrong, but I think this is $23. I do like this mascara very much. It is true to the waterproof name. The brush, it's an hourglass shaped brush, and I really like that because it does a good job of like getting the ends as well, not just like the middles like how some brushes do. I do like this. It does get a little clumpy, so I used a brush that I washed off from an old mascara just to separate the lashes, but I do that with every mascara just to make sure there's no clumps. but this one I do need to use it more so just to make sure there's no clumps because nobody likes clumps. And last but not least, I just recently started using lip products. I'm actually wearing it right now. This is from e.l.f. and it is, I believe it's a lip liner, but I just put it all over my lips and I think it looks pretty good. It doesn't last super long. Over the top I put on this NYX butter gloss and it is in the shade Fortune Cookie. I really like it. It's a light pinky shade. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. And once again, I'm really sorry about the lighting. I ran out of time earlier in the day to film, and as I started setting up everything, I realized that the sun was gonna set soon, so hopefully in the future I can get better lighting so I can film at night if necessary, although I'd rather have natural lighting. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching my favorite makeup brands and products. And okay, so my camera died yet again, so I'll make this quick. I will leave all my social media down in the description so you can see any makeup looks I do on all of that stuff, and you can follow me on my trip at Disney and see all the fun stuff that I'm going to be doing there. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to be notified when I post my next video, which hopefully soon will be a room tour since I just redid my room. Just finishing up a few things and I will be able to record that for you. But yeah, so I'll make sure next video I do, I'm not too lazy to charge my camera so it doesn't die every 3 seconds like it has this video. And I will make sure I do it during the daylight next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great night. Bye!
I will remember how you kissed me under the lamppost back on 6th